Today is a Sunday here in the Bahamas, a windy Sunday as the cold front continually pushed through. And as a Bahamian, to see what is not happening with the recovery is unbelievable. 6 months in, not a pole, not a light in Dundas Town. Many millions has been collected. Where's the money? I don't think the Prime Minister and the Deputy Prime Minister is seeing eye to eye. They're not speaking, so you can't get the real numbers because the Prime Minister can't count as well as the Deputy Prime Minister, and they seem to be at war with each other. That's at the top. But before this hurricane, a big white shark named Brent Simonet, big ocean, great white, came ashore in Abaco, pulled into Bakers Bay while he was a minister of the government and signed a contract. This was the first and only contract that Brent Simonet signed on behalf of himself and the Prime Minister. You see, in Bahama Fast Ferry, Brent Simonet is the second largest shareholder. The Prime Minister of this country is the third largest shareholder. Then a foreign guy is at the top of the helm. And so many persons in Marsh Harbour just shook their head because we here believe in integrity. Integrity means something, especially at the top. That is one of the reasons why this place had to get slammed and God has to try to clean it all out, start from the top. But this is the only government that I know. They talk about all the wrong that the PLP did. But there's not been one PLP member of parliament in the history of this country that sit at the table in the first year of office and draw up a contract directly to them. We call that self-dealing. Whenever the Prime Minister is getting direct proceed from a contract with his ministers, went direct to Bakers Bay and to sit down to negotiate a contract to benefit themselves as the sitting Prime Minister, as the sitting Minister of Investment and Immigration. And all happened after everybody found it out is Brent Simonet reluctantly resigned, but the contract is still in place. Everybody know where the Yamaha place used to be. Well, the Simonet Bahama Hot Mix has been working feverishly down here to clear this ground. Even on Sunday, the boys are working because the great white shark named Brent Simonet is putting a Bahama Fast Ferry hub right where the Yamaha building used to be. After the hurricane, this is the Prime Minister's deal. They have cleared this property off, making way to make more money out of our suffering. To date, our Prime Minister, our Member of Parliament Darren Henfield was also a minister in this FNM weightless government, and James Albury 6 months in. This is mind-boggling to Kai Mills and Abaconians. They all feel the same way. That the people that we have elected to speak on our behalf to date have not spoken to us. We see them on TV, we see them at funeral, and the government of Bahamas is paying them to have some kind of constituency office open, to have some communication with their people. Wow, 6 months in, not one single meeting from Darren Henfield, not one single meeting from James Albury, nor a prime minister. But yet, on the same base here, the prime minister of this country came and fed the defense force right here. The Seminole made sure right there on this lucrative property, nobody else could get Michael Seminole off this property, but Brent Seminole got the defense force off here quickly because he, the great vice shark, is moving in for the kill. You see, Bahamas, while we still in recovery mode, the prime ministers and Brent Seminole don't and slowly cleaning up the debris in Abaco. But look at this. This is where he's gonna bring the great white shark gonna come ashore here with Bahama Fast Ferry and try to hog up everything Bakers Bay and elsewhere in this country. And the sad thing about it is that these guys are already multi-millionaires. How could it be in this country that the most honorable prime minister believe that only him and his family can have steak and eggs? We only can have grits. The money that Brenda was already screwed this country out of, his great-grandchildren will not live long enough to spend it, but yet they believe that they have a right to be crooked and to hog up everything. I see them on the road here in Marsh Harbor, another contract that Brent Seminole has, Bahama Hot Mix, digging wells and digging holes through Marsh Harbor. I don't know what they're looking for. And when is enough gonna be enough for these people? Right here. They swiftly moved everybody away. It's a windy day here, but this is the property right here. As the wind continues to blow, you can see it's a great basin right here. This is where all the boats used to be here. This is all the Seminettes Bethel property. And this is where the great white shark gonna come ashore right here. Again, thinking nothing about Abaco and Bahamian suffering. How is it that a minister of the FNM government that came into power saying how corrupt the PLP was could sit down and get 25 million from Bakers Bay, which is the biggest money laundering resort in the history of Abaco and indeed the Bahamas, to a point that they're treating the staff, as the black staff, like if they were slaves. And nobody from the government says a word. How could they? How could they speak for people when the company have already awarded them 25 million? That's 10 times as much as the whole cabinet of the Bahamas will receive in 5 years. Yet two individuals, the Prime Minister of this country and Brent Seminole, is benefiting from the suffering of Bahamians. Let me see if I can say that in layman's time. How could it be 6 months after the hurricane, the Prime Minister is benefiting from an illegal contract while the people of Abaco is suffering? 25 million they will collect as the government prime minister of this country in neither Bahamian has gone to the streets to protest against this. This is not democracy. When you could sit at the table of investors and negotiate a contract that is going to benefit the prime minister, and he sent 18 people home that has mortgages, have doctor bills, have school fees to pay. This is a heartless, useless, weightless FNM prime minister and a government. This government is so corrupt. That is why we cannot go forward as a country. When you see the leaders are in the back pocket of the investors, it can't be right. The corruption starts from the top with our prime minister. First year, $25 million is coming direct into his pocket, and that great white ocean shark named Brent Simonet that believes they have a right to be crooked. He should have run the Ministry of Crookedology. That is the ministerial post that Brent ought to have had. The Minister of Crookedology and Huggishness. Because that's all that happened in the FNM. They have benefited from their ministerial position when they can sit at the table and award themselves contracts, self-dealing. No respect for the title of Prime Minister and the most honorable. That's why I don't honor them, because there's no honor in thieves and crooks at the top of the table in this country. That Kai Mills could say that the Prime Minister is a crook and ought to resign. This video going all over the world. All you gotta do is Google Bahama Fast Ferry and their shareholders. Lo and behold, you'll see the great white shark, Brent Simonet, and the most honorable. What most honorable? He didn't know what that word means. If you all don't know what I know when I saw this prime minister during the by-election, y'all will say, wow. But we're going to leave it right there on a Sunday. Kai cares. I hope you do.